Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the podcast For the Love of Drama. I am Fiona, and today I am continuing talking about the elements of drama. Today I'm talking about character. In drama, a character is a person, or sometimes an animal, or even an object that is portrayed within a story through dialogue or conversation or description. Characters are essential for getting across the understanding of the plot, the themes and the ideas to the audience. Effective characterization involves developing a believable and engaging personality for the character through various techniques. So let's go deeper into characterization. The act of changing voice, body language, movement, and gesture when in role is called characterization. All people are different. The actor must use their skills to portray a character consistently throughout the performance. So, the way you start, you hold that character all the way through to the end of the performance. You never sort of break character. You are that character. You become that person. So, when creating characters, we need to consider the following. Voice. Does your character have an accent? What is the tone of their voice like? How quickly do they speak? Any vocal mannerisms particular to them? So, vocal mannerisms, people might talk a certain way if they are not well spoken, if they come from West Country, if they're from East End London, for instance, back in the in Dickensian times, in the 1800s, they might talk a bit like that, which is probably a terrible Cockney accent, but you would drop your H's and say, "What's up, mate?" Sort of something like that. Anyway, something like that. You just drop your normal accent and try and morph into another one. Incidentally, I am not great at accents, but it's all practice, and the more you practice, the better you get. So, body language. This is what your character's movement and way of using their body says about them. You can use your body to indicate the age of the person or the way the person is. If they are a very energetic person, you'd probably be rushing around everywhere, your head would be up, and your whole demeanour would be quite alert. And also a character who is very nervous may fidget a lot or have their shoulders hunched up tight to indicate tension. So, facial expressions. Does your character move their face a lot? Like I just did, raise my eyebrows when explaining things. What does their facial expression say about their character? Do they have a very expressive face, or do they try not to give themselves away? So somebody with a very expressive face would probably be the kind of person to wear their heart on their sleeve. They don't hide things away much, and basically probably what you see is what you get. You would say probably that they were a very genuine person. Somebody with a very closed, expressive face, maybe not trying to give too much away, would be described as someone with a poker face or somebody that plays his cards close to his chest, maybe has secrets, maybe doesn't feel like opening up. Also, if you're playing a cold person, maybe somebody that's a criminal or somebody that's committed a crime, somebody that's cold, you might play them, maybe somebody that's manipulative. You may play them in a way that they might smile, but the smile doesn't quite reach their eyes. And somebody expressive with an honest face, a friendly, a warm person would smile, their eyes would light up, and you would feel that you could approach this person quite easily. Hot seating. Now this is being questioned when in character. It's a brilliant way of ensuring that you understand the role you are playing. I have done this in previous rehearsals, sat there while other people ask me questions while in character. And the questions can be as simple as, how old are you? Or as strange as, what keeps you awake at night? Or also, what were you doing just before I spoke to you? Somebody said to me once when I was about to do a scene, what were you doing just before this scene? And you go, oh, so you have to think. But it all gives you a greater understanding of the character and a greater clarity of how you play the character. Improvisation is also a really good way to get you into the role of the character. Very useful in rehearsal, as it ensures that you can act as that character out of the script, off the text. It helps you understand how they would react in a range of circumstances. So to enable this, you could make up a situation. You could imagine the character has just received bad news, or good news, or maybe the character is in the middle of an argument. How would they react when confronted? And also, hot seating and improvisation help you think on your feet. Very useful. Particularly useful if you find yourself in a sticky moment in the script. Perhaps you have gone wrong, or one of your fellow actors on stage has gone wrong, and you may have muddled up the lines so much that the prompt can't help. So quick thinking can get you out of a dodgy situation, recover and carry on with the play or performance. Character types. I've spoken about this in some of my previous videos, but here are a few that I have not come across before. But the two that are common, and I have come across before, of course, are protagonist, the central character who drives the plot and is often the emotional core of the story. The antagonist, the character who opposes the protagonist, creating conflict and tension. And an example for a protagonist and an antagonist could be Harry Potter and Voldemort. There is also a character that is known as a foil, used to highlight the qualities of another character through contrast. Also, a wise elder, a character often providing guidance or perspective to the protagonist. So let's go back to Harry Potter again, and I would say a wise elder would definitely be Professor Dumbledore. Or, in The Lord of the Rings, Gandalf, offering advice to Bilbo Baggins or Frodo, or other characters in The Lord of the Rings. And also the love interest, a character with whom the protagonist has a romantic relationship. I'll leave you with that one to think up a few love interests in various films, plays, and books. So, character development. A well-developed character in drama is more than just a name and a role. It's a complex individual with a unique personality, history, and motivations. Understanding a character's background, relationships with other characters, and the driving forces behind their actions is crucial to understanding their role in the drama. Relationships. Characters' relationships with each other are, again, a very important element. These relationships can be explored through dialogue, physical interactions, and the way characters treat one another. And dramatic significance. Characters are not just individuals. They also contribute to the overall meaning and impact of the drama. They can symbolize certain ideas, embody conflicts, or represent broader social issues. Audience engagement. The final paragraph. Effective characterization helps the audience connect with the characters, forget they are watching actors, and become emotionally invested in their journey. And if you've got that in any performance or play that you might be doing, you've got the audience and you can captivate them, then you're on to a winner and you'll have a good production. So that's it from me. I'm hoping and wishing you all to have a great weekend, and I will see you again on Monday, where I will come up with another topic, and wish you all a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching, and take care. Till the next time. Bye-bye.